It's windy today, it's cloudy. They said we're going to have rain today. Good morning, my powerful MVP family. Welcome back to another Sunday. I think this is our third Sunday in the new year of 2025. This is your girl, Miss Beth, with yet another video. And boy, this morning, we celebrate 15,000 and counting, we're just hoping that a lot of people, they subscribe, but they're busy on their way. But eventually we see that the views are getting there. We want to see more views on the video. So please, guys, as you subscribe, don't just subscribe and leave, but subscribe. Some people, they subscribe, but they just wait for that one video that really hits them, that, you know, that they come on board. But for me, I started out doing the little things that I used to do, encouraging, motivating. And so if when those videos are done, we get 100 views, I am grateful. It's not every day I'm going to be able to do a big video that gets everybody's attention, because you go around through YouTube, a lot of people who encourage and motivate, it's really what it is, that the numbers of viewership are low. Not sure why, especially in these hard times, that, you know, it's needed. But I love on the community page, guys, remember there's a community page which I post, you know, little quotes and upliftments as well, as I go along. But I thanks for all the support, guys. I really I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. We're doing 3 years now on YouTube, and it will take time. It will take time. We're at 15,000 and counting, and I mean, we started out like everyone else. We started out with the huffing and the puffing and the begging and the pleading. But please remember to subscribe to the channel, but not only to subscribe, guys, but to return and continue to view the videos when they are posted. As I said, my videos are not hands-on, so I know it will be a little bit harder. If I was out there, then I'm sure more of you would have been here returning each time to see the videos. But because I'm not out there, but I quietly do things, guys, behind the scene, and that is why this morning this video is basically about for us to just chat. Just help me understand it. I don't drive, and so for me to get up, I'm not in a space where I can get up and go to a river and just have a big cookout. You know, I don't have a team of people around me where I can do a lot of stuff like that. And I am not that person either. I'm so, you know, skittish about the creepy crawlers that you know, I'm not going to be that person at the riverside. You know, maybe in another life, you know, I'd pull on my jeans and I'd be right there probably doing that. But then as I got older, I am more inclined to talk to you guys about the things of life, experience, you know, things like those. So I'm grateful for all of you who have stayed with me and continue to be with me. Today I'm just, you know, just going to be talking first, as we talk about people giving back. Out there, the channels are booming, and I applaud them for that. You all remember I did the soup kitchen for almost 2 years, just a couple months shy of 2 years that we were cooking. Unfortunately, I was not in the kitchen helping with the cooking, but the funding was coming from you guys and myself. Like, you know, so the biggest part that you wanted to see, you didn't care how the funding got there, you just wanted to, you were excited to see the cooking done and people getting two hot meals. We used to do breakfast, we used to do dinner 3 days a week. I just spoke to Bev Brown this past week about maybe just doing Sunday dinner again, because plans that she had put in place and thought would have worked out didn't work out the way they had planned it. So she's back there where the kitchen is. She did go out to get her license as a she has a food handler's permit. So we were heading in the right direction, but then family situation, things happened, and she had to step back. So I did my part, guys, into then we have Shenzhen Zen down there in St. Elizabeth doing us so much. I was watching the video with her and Archie, them taking Archie to see the doctor, and thanks to all the people who dig deep in their pockets and donate to support these causes. It's really a beautiful thing. So thanks to her donors who give back. I was over there for some time doing my little part. Then we have the Jamaica Life Nice. We've been there from the beginning, before anything, before things took off. We were there, Ernestine, myself, so many of us, so many, Little J Plays, Life with Bev Brown. There's so many of us, Carla Rice, so many of us just doing, getting home bills for those who were in need. It is heart-rending when you look back and you see the condition of some of the houses that were built with our hard-earned cash, and how it turns out. I just see it as such total ungratefulness to water tanks that were bought to support these people, and how how they do things, how things turned out. I'm proud of them over there that the soup kitchen is now open and doing what it had promised. Was our dream. It was, what was promised to be done, and I'm very proud of him over there. He's doing what he had a vision to do, and the work continues there in St. Elizabeth. Then we also have a little everything Jamaica, and oh my God, the husband and wife, may God just continue to bless them, just bless them. I see them going into places. The last video I watched was just watching them going in. The husband is outside, the wife is sick in bed, didn't speak to the husband that morning at all. Hard situation, because the children were not able. The daughter who came didn't even have the bus fare to help to get her mom to the hospital. But though that family, they went in, the husband, they went out, got connection to the daughter, came back with the taxi, and watched that husband help to pick up that old lady and to get her situated in a taxi, and to make sure the daughter was able to come back home with the stepfather. It has to be the stepfather. God bless them so much. Guys, the needs are great. The needs are great. Then you have Cola Smith in St. Mary. You have Auntie Donna doing her thing. You have Keno over there in Trenchtown doing what they do, reaching out, supporting where they can support, and people, these are not people who are wealthy, but people's donations come in and they become a vessel to help give back to the poor. Auntie Pauline, who is connected to Cola Smith, and she packing all those barrels and sending them around to help those who are in need. Guys, my hat's off to you guys. And there are many more who are doing likewise. And I don't know who you haven't happened on your channels as yet, but a special thank you to all of you who have been using your platforms to not only benefit yourselves, but to give back to those who are in need. As a matter of fact, I think you have done so well because you have been using your platform for such. People want to see the good things that were happening. But this morning I also have to, what was going through my head was them people who got so much and how they destroyed what they got. They never built on what they got. They got the help, they got the support, it took them out of certain situations, but then it's like they gravitate right back into the degradation. So what do we do? To help me understand it, my MVP family. What is it that need to be done? You're doing the soup kitchen, you're giving the meals, and then if there's a day come when not when the, then it's like, oh, they're gonna die because they have nothing. People are helping people to get into a better place, right? One of the mistakes that we have made, and I said it when I was at the other channel supporting over there, I said a lot of times, like they might have a pit toilet. Don't take down their pit toilets if you're building, if you're giving them, even giving them a bathroom inside. Because a bathroom inside of a new space means that they're going to have water available to flush that toilet, right? So we have to think, right? Even if they have the water tank, and one of my things was to just buy everybody a water tank. And I was hoping that they would set a gutter in there so they could catch water, put something to strain it. It's hard because birds fly on and they drop their poop on top of the houses. The dust is up there. But when we were children, we used to have the gutters set into the drum, and the rain comes and the drums got filled up with the water from this top of the roof, and we're here today to tell the story. Somebody told me the other day, your skin is so clean, your skin is so, and yet those were the waters that I grew up with, right? Those were the waters that came off the top of the zinc that that our bodies were built with. And so we look back and we give them the tanks, and sooner or later they crash the tanks, they bust them up because they can't afford to fill these tanks with water when the water runs out. They're not putting catchment there so they can pick up the water bottle. You have your award, and yet you're putting the water bottle on it. Yes, guys, Miss Kayla got another award for her spelling test. So this kid, she's making good progress. I wish she would only listen. She's making good progress. I have to use that to keep encouraging me so that I don't give up. I'm telling you, it's not easy, guys, to become a parent again at 64. It's not easy. But I'm trying to push through. I am doing my best. Don't ever think, but listen. But, so that was one of the things that I was willing to just quickly buy a tank, help them fix a bathroom, buy the pieces of the bathroom, along with other things. But when people are not used to things and they get it easily, it just seems like they don't appreciate it. They don't repair anything. They don't take care of anything. I always said, don't put lights in their homes, because who's going to pay the light bill? You give them everything, then you're going to have to sit there and make sure that maintain. No, we have to start teaching these people. There are people that buy chickens, give freezer, buy chickens, start them off with the 10 bags of feed so that they would have been able to sell those chickens and replenish. Nothing. The chickens, they eat, they sell, they use up the money, and they do absolutely nothing in return. They don't buy back 6 chicken and put in there for any, like they're waiting. And they go to another channel and people are helping and they do nothing with the help they get. And so the needs are great, but who do you help and why do you help them? One lady I remembered when I was trying to work with a couple of people in St. Elizabeth and Manchester, and we had a lady who reached out and she wanted, I liked that what she wanted, and right away I got it done. Right away I liked that she wasn't begging for food, but she wanted to sell chemicals. She wanted to sell buy the bulk things, the things that do the floor, the thing, I think bleach and whatever else, and then she would bag it up in the little poly bags and sell it. And I love that idea that she was willing to build, but then not even once I got the things to her and the guys, they got it, they bought it, and she came and picked it up. Right then after that, what did she want? She begging a bed. She begging a bed because she and her daughter them sleeping on one bed. Listen, you was just sleeping on one bed, but you have a roof over your head. My thing was, no, 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 no. We're not gonna give her a bed. Let her stay on the bed she has. She starts her business. As the business builds, then she can buy herself a little bed for herself. We can't just hand things to people. Because I see that when you give things, people are looking for you to maintain it, and people are not looking to build and grow. So many people have gotten help through different one of the charities that are going, that you guys are out there. And you know, they're getting, and they just open their hands and they take, and you have people just willing to send something. This is for this is for that. But what do they do with what they get? You know, what do they do with what they get? I remember again with Chansons, and you had that man, I forgot their names now, and he had the daughter, and he had the boy and the girl. And he wasn't well, but that family received so much support from Chansons. So much support. People were just sending to keep her clothes, but guess what happened? They're getting the clothes, but they're not used to it. And so they get all these heap of things, and what they do with it was that when Shansen went there, it was heart-rending to see what people's hard-earned money, how it turned out. And this is why as you do good, it's good to do good. But you cannot just give too much to one person because they don't know how to handle it. That little girl was just wearing the clothes, and she had new clothes mixing with dirty clothes, mixing with everything just mixed up, and like they didn't sit down to sort things out. They didn't sit down to wash clothes anymore. They didn't sit down to hang things up and to appreciate it. They just know that they didn't work for it, so easy come, so easy go. So as much as we want to do so much, my God, you don't even know what to do. Because sometimes when they're in their hardships, they serve God more. As soon as you start helping them, then all of a sudden they want, and nobody wants to say, if you have a little piece of land, let me plant 2 tomato sucker. Let me plant two colorless stalks so I can sell something and make. They don't want to invest in themselves so that they can have a steady flow of anything. They want to, oh, this donor send, and this donor send, and this donor send. And so they sit down and, Lord Jesus, God bless you. Because this one, I say, I have nothing. I don't know, I need to go to the doctor, I can't even go. And you look, and they live somewhere, and they have land around them. But what do you see plant on that land? Absolutely nothing. A lot of them capture the lands in St. Elizabeth, and they have their little house built up there. Some of them in nice houses. Some of them still capable to put two tomato plant out and sell some of the tomato and eat some of them. But they're not willing to do, and you wonder, you know, I just don't want to encourage people to, I don't know. I don't want to tell people not to do, but you have to do good because God wants us to do good. But who do you do the good for, people? Talk to me about this. Who do you do the good for? Because you go from channel to channel. You see some of the people who come and they get help. You know, and then where does it go? Where does it go? How are people better by the help that they have gotten? If you tell me you have land and you have a little house and around it. I remember when we were doing the houses on the other channel, and one of the things I was yelling out on the thing, they couldn't hear me, but I kept typing in the chat, I kept typing, plant a fruit tree, plant a fruit tree. You'll watch them, they still have their homes. What's on the land? Nothing planted on the land. Nothing that can bring forth some yield. Not an orange tree, not a papaya plant, nothing planted. And they have land space that they could plant something on. So sometimes, boy, I don't even know what to say anymore. But this morning I hear the news that TikTok is banned now in America. TikTok is banned in America. Yes. People in high places will do what you ask them to do when you're contributing big bucks to their campaigns. Yes, you will get what you ask for. And so TikTok is banned. And so I guess now Facebook and Instagram will continue to make its millions. Because TikTok, they claim, was robbing them, was taken away from them making, So that's the kind of world we live in. So now bread is taken out of a lot of young people's mouth. Not even just young people, because you had older people too doing their little and nothing's broken. I am complete in the mighty name of Jesus. Many people were doing those little things on their TikToks. Many people were just showing whatever. They were going live and getting their lions and getting the little income as well. Now it's gone. Just like that. Poof. It's gone. So what are your thoughts, my people? Is Jamaica going to be following suit? Is Jamaica, we see the amount of crime committed because of TikTok here in Jamaica. People getting killed right there on TikTok. Right there live. Other people, getting whatever they get because of what happened on somewhere else to someone else. So is Jamaica going to be following suit? So many young people. The problem is that these young people, they're making the money. They're smart. They're creative. They're making the money on these platforms, but not putting it to good use. They're making the money, but I saw one of them that was just promoting the killing for hire. That's what they use their platform for. And so we are in this day and age where you're just confused. Just confused. So big up and blessings to all of those who are using their platforms for positive and for positive reasons. You're using the platform to build a nest egg for yourselves and your family. You're using your platforms to empower, encourage, and uplift. I say, and may your channels continue to grow, and may you continue to be able to eat bread from your channel. And as we continue to move forward, we continue to wonder, what is it that people truly want? They do their videos, they are doing well, they are getting the views, so the monies are growing. They're making I'm making 3,000 Jamaica right here. People are making good money here in Jamaica. 6,000 a month, 12,000 a month. Because they're out there on the grind, they're out in the elements, and they're doing the shows that people want to see. Nobody wants to hear me sit here chatting to them, especially if it gets too long. Nobody wants to listen to me here rambling on and on. Starting, you'll see, I'm going to get back into my weight loss journey, and so as I prepare for another chapter in my life, I'm going to get back into my weight loss journey. But before I even close this video, let me say, Miss Ruby got home safely. Thanks be to God. She, on her way home, because I sponsored her to come down, and the sponsorship was more than her ticket, so she said she would pay for the ride to go back to the airport. So I says, okay. As a matter of fact, I had no money in the house, no money at all. So she said she would pay. And she left. And she asked, when our driver came to pick her up, I asked him if he could, she wanted to stop to get Jamaican cash to pay him for the ride. She drove and drove and drove. He saw an ATM, one of the outside ATMs, and he took her there. Pulled right up, she said, right up So she just stepped out and went to the ATM. And she said when she stepped out and she looked, she saw two young men just sitting on the wall. So she didn't pay any mind. She went in to the ATM, withdrew the funds to pay him, and she withdrew 40,000 Jamaican dollars. No, sorry, let me not lie. She drew 20,000 Jamaican dollars. He was to get his share of 10,000, and she said the other 10,000, because she was using the wheelchair, she wanted the extra to pay the girls when they come, whoever would push her around. And she said, my goodness, as she stepped out the ATM, she saw one of the guys start walking towards where she was. And she said as he's coming down, she got to the vehicle, and she was trying to sit in. My driver pulled her in and just locked the door and drove off. So when she looked behind, when she looked around, she said, oh, why did he do that? She realized that when she looked out, the guy who was walking towards her just stopped, just stood there. And she said, my God, looks like the guy was coming down to rob her of the little bit that she drew. She said the driver was so quick thinking that, because she said the way he grabbed her in and slammed the door, she didn't even get a chance to slam the door. He just pulled her in and slammed the door. And just drove out. And these are the things. And so what do people really want? You know, a lot of times you see these robberies and all these things too. They take the little that people have, and what they do, they take their life as well. They don't rob and leave you that maybe they'll see you again and rob you again. They rob you and they unalive you. And for what reason? You know, there are some people sometimes, you know, they come to you with some stories and you reach out and you help them and they feel like, oh, you know, that they fool you or they lied to you and they got away with the thing. And I always said, people don't even think, you know, because if you come to me with a story and you get $20 and you're gone and you feel like, oh, you got over on me, you're not even thinking, because sometimes when you're honest and you do the right thing, probably you'd have gotten $100. Because you'd have gotten that 20, you'd have gotten 20 more, and another time I would have just given you 20. But when you come and you feel like you get over people, how can we should think, we should use common sense in what we do. You know, you have people who are out there, they're reaching out, they're asking for help, and donors are sending funds to them, and sometimes if people would only know. But I said, don't try to do that, guys. Try to be honest, and if you really need help, a lot of times I'm saying you're begging for help, but help yourself as well. Learn to help yourselves. You beg for help and people are sending their hard-earned money from abroad. A lot of you think that people don't have anything to do with their money, but people have bills. They have mortgage. If they're not owning a house to pay these big taxes, in Connecticut you own a vehicle, you got to pay car tax on it. Certain places in Connecticut. You have to pay land tax, car tax, this tax, that tax. They tax you to death. Right? In the winter time now, you have to heat your house. If your heat is on electricity, God help the bill. And if it's run by the oil, you know, it is what it is. Everything is expensive. If it's run on gas, your gas bill is going to be sky high. So whatever we do when people are sending, guys, don't think that they sit on their monies and don't know what to do with it. They're reaching out because they're godly people with a godly mind that listens to God's principles and what God asks us to do here on earth. Visit the sick, help the needy, give back to the poor, support the widows. A lot of times the husbands were the breadwinner when they're gone, then the widow is going to be struggling, especially if they have children. But that's what God asks us to do. So when people reach out in their pockets and say, here's a 2 cents, guys, stop taking it for granted. You go to the seed store, buy a bag of seeds. Buy a bag of tomato seeds or something, one little bag, cost so much. And dig up somewhere and plant something, man. Plant something. Next time you beg for something, you can say, boy, beg a little something for spray them. Even though you can do the soap water and spray them to kind of keep some of the insect them. But do something. Let's get up this year and do something. When people are good to us, let us use part of that goodness to help ourselves. And the people who are doing good and the platforms that are, stop just handing things to people. Do your due diligence research and make sure that these people truly need the support that they're asking for. Don't just pick up the camera and, people this and that, and then just, no, find out a little bit too. You have people with big farming going on, and then I remember one video I saw where a certain person went on a farm with somebody, and she claimed that everything dead, everything, and not even a week later I saw the same person on another channel showing her whole something of cabbage. All they did was show the couple little ones that, and the whole farm, and it wasn't true. It wasn't true, because I saw another video where she reaped her cabbage and did well. So a lot of times we go for the few minutes and we and people get help, but understand that when we're not honest, even the little that we have would be taken. So let us be honest in asking, and let us just be honest and do the right things as we continue in this 2025. So again, a big shout out to all of you out there using your platforms and doing good. But again, let us encourage people to build the little water tanks like they used to do. Build water tanks, build catchment for water, so we don't have to, if people even build like a toilet, give you like a bathroom, you have water that you can use to flush the toilet. People have to buy a water tank and then bust them up and do all sort of stuff with them. If you don't have a little tank built up somewhere, the catchment in there can use little by little. If you don't, I used to give freezers with chickens and stuff. No more I do that, because I say that people don't replenish. Them not buy back nothing put in there. Them chicken them done, kitchen them eat, and they don't replenish. And they'll go to another platform and beg and then get in again, suppose they just enjoy and live big feast today and famine again tomorrow. So nothing gets fixed. So if people need help to plant some pepper seed, to plant some tomato plants, to plant something to turn over, I say yes. But we need to stop giving the heap of clothes and the heap of this and that, where people just use them and dash them with them. They get so much and they wouldn't even go out and share with other people. Them just keep it and just wear them, and what them are judging her, what we are dressing her. I always come to Jamaica and said, they could dress in Jamaica. When I was teaching in Jamaica years ago, I came down and quickly after getting to the, because I dressed for work, but I didn't think that in Jamaica you needed to wear stockings. And when you had a couple of teachers on the group, stocking, everything, oh my God. But that's how the thing goes. Let's share what we get from the donors, and let's just stay focused and go with a God-centered mind as we go through life. Just go with that centered mind, that when we're blessed, we become a blessing to somebody, and continue onward and upward. So make it a great Sunday, guys. I know I talk already too long. A lot of you are going to say, Miss Bev, you chat too much, and get off. But tell me if you like my background now, because it was just plain. I know it's busy. You're going to try to see how many type of fish up in there, so the ocean. But that's what it is. My son bought this thing for Kayla. It's a little advanced, but it's a it's one of those things that you can look in there and you can see what's going on. But I told her I wanted to borrow her thing for my background. This came in it as well. It's about the ocean, all the oceans and the what's in the ocean. She had workbooks with it, nice. We did some stuff in it last night, and this morning she got up again with it. So doing the best for her, guys. It's not easy. It is not easy, and but I'm doing the best for her, and just continue to pray me up as I became a 64-year-old mother to one. So take good care of yourselves. If you can be good, be careful. And as you enjoy your dinner today, please think of somebody else who might not even have what to start cooking today. I don't know what we're going to cook today as well. I have some salmon there. Probably prepare some salmon and some rice with peas. I have to find a new way to cook my peas because I have to be picking them out of the rice. I don't like the peas in the rice at all. So when I cook it, I love it. I love the taste, the flavoring of the rice, but can't stand the peas going in there. But be good to yourselves, Miss Bev, so take care. You can be good, be careful, but all good, do good, live good, and just help me understand.